Hey YouTube, welcome back to Dwayne's World. So what do you do if you just mowed the lawn the other day and it still looks phenomenal? You mow it again, of course. You want to find out what mower I'm going to use? You better stay tuned. So here we are, Season 2, Episode 4. God, it's already Episode 4? It's only been a week. So why do I do it? Well, I'm very passionate about what I do. And I think like you guys, I'm very excited about the start of this growing season. We're not quite there yet, but as soon as you know it, we'll be mowing in 110 degree weather 4 times a week. But I gotta say, the result is absolutely worth the work. But for today, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna be cutting my Perennial Rye. I just mowed it the other day and I'll show you here in a second. It looks phenomenal. But I have not used a specific mower on that Perennial Rye since I did the overseeding project. And I wanna make sure I take it for a test drive. So come along with me. All right, so here we are. This is what we'll be using today to mow the Perennial Rye. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, this is a 25-inch, 10-blade Mclane commercial greens mower. Now, they do not sell this particular mower anymore. Now, you may be thinking, well, Dwayne, Mclane does carry a Green Keeper model, and you would be correct. However, this model is a little bit different. Now, in the front here, outside of the grass shield, it does use the same system that they have today as it relates to the hide-to-cut and front roller. But what makes this one different than today's Green Keeper model is the rear drive system. As you can see here, there's 10 individual tires that act as a roller that help propel the mower forward. Now, it's all controlled through a series of chains and belts that are underneath that particular cover there. So again, the propulsion system is different than what you're seeing on today's Mclanes. Now, I would say this is not my everyday mower. If anybody's looking to purchase one of these on the secondhand market, you can still find them, although they're very rare. I would say that I do not recommend it if it's going to be your only primary mower. These mowers can be a little bit finicky and can have some reliability issues at times. So therefore, I really just like to toy around with it and use it every now and then, but it absolutely is not my daily driver as it relates to lawnmowers. But we're gonna see what type of stripe action we get on the Perennial Rye. All right, so as you guys can see here, the stripe action is absolutely on point. There's absolutely no reason why I should be needing to do another mow. But it wouldn't be Dwayne's World if I did it. You know, it's been a little while since I went ahead and used that Mclane there. So, again, it's gonna be the first time I've ever used it on the Perennial Rye. And we'll see what type of crisscross stripe action we get after this mow. All right, so some of you may be curious, well, Dwayne, why aren't you using a grass catcher as you've been normally doing when you're cutting your Perennial Rye? And I would love to, but on that particular mower, I actually do not have a grass catcher. In fact, that grass catcher has been discontinued and you can no longer pick one up for that particular series of Mclane. However, you can take the 25-inch basket that they sell today and somewhat modify it to make it fit, but at the same time, don't really need it. And most of the time during the growing season, I rarely catch my clippings. Just in case you guys are curious, I do not have a grass catcher. Alright, so some people have asked me, Dwayne, what is that little box that you have mounted on the top of your mower? And what that is that's an RPM gauge, as you guys can see there. So if I want to go ahead and increase the RPMs by increasing the throttle, it'll give me a digital display of what RPM I'm at. Now generally I run my Mclane around 3,000 to 3,500, somewhere in that neighborhood. Let me go ahead and turn off the mower here. But not only is it a RPM gauge, it's also an hours meter. 11.8 hours, the total amount of time I've ran this mower since I last reset it. All right, so let's see what type of stripe action we got using the 25-inch Mclane. Oh yeah, as you guys can see here, the stripes that I laid in this direction were from today. The stripes that are going in that direction were from yesterday. How can you complain about those stripes? Looks absolutely phenomenal. Now, I would say the sun is not necessarily in the best position right now, so they're not really lighting up the way I'd like them to. Stripe action is absolutely looking on point, even in the shade. You know, it's going to be sad when the day comes that I have to spray out this Perennial Rye. All right, so I'll be honest with you. This is going to sound like an infomercial right now, but trust me, this is not a sponsored video. The one thing I wanted to mention is the color of my lawn right now looks absolutely phenomenal. And I credit a lot of that to the fertilizer I've been throwing down. That's made by Lebanon Turf. It's Humic Max's formulation of 1608. Now what I've been doing is I've been feeding the lawn about every 2 to 3 weeks with about a half a pound of nitrogen, which equals out to about 3 pounds per thousand of that particular Humic Max. And I've absolutely loved that fertilizer. It's the only thing I've used so far this fall season, you know, and it looks absolutely on point. So if you're looking for a fertilizer, that's not a bad one to go with. Again, Lebanon Turf's Humic Max 1608. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely a lot of fun being able to bring out the Mclane Green Keeper. You know, it's ironic because that was the first mower that I ever featured here on Dwayne's World. And by no means is it my most popular mower. And the reason why I originally chose to feature that mower was because when I picked it up, I really could not find very much content on YouTube about that particular mower. And once I dug into it and I really figured out a lot about that mower, I wanted to share that information, which is why I put together that video, and I'll go ahead and link it at the end of this video if you guys want to take a look at it. All right, now I'll be honest with you. That was my first video. I didn't really know what I was doing. Video editing wasn't on point, so please cut me a break on that, but there's a lot of good information on that video, and it's always nice to go back to your roots, which I was able to do today by featuring the 25-inch Mclane. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, be excellent and party on.